Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Engelgeist. This is Daniel. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate them. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs, so it is a broad spectrum reading. I do speak in broad terms, so you need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. And if it doesn't fit, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time. It's originally created for Friday, May 5th, the full moon in Scorpio, the lunar eclipse, guys, so get ready. It's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing this reading on a different date and it makes sense or it fits your situation, by all means utilize it. I do believe readings can be timeless. So anytime you see any of my readings and they make sense to your situation, by all means utilize them. I believe readings can find us when we need them rather than they were originally created for. I will refer back to the Sunday underpinning readings. That's another layer of energy that's going on in the background underpinning all of this. So my reference cards that you don't see in this reading, that's what I am referring to, and that video populates in the lower left hand corner at the end of this video, so you can check that out. The other thing is please check out my drop down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there is just some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing my channel, what decks I'm using during the reading, how to follow me on Instagram or at my Facebook business page. If you want to request a private reading, you'd have to do that by messaging me at either of those two places. Know that I will not try and initiate a sale of a reading to you. You would have to initiate the conversation around that. If anybody were to do that, it's not me. It's more than likely an imposter. Also, simple ways of supporting the channel. You can do so by hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you get notified when I put up new content, which is daily. Leaving a question or comment, and sharing the video out. You can also subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in seeing the daily reading a day early to prepare with the energy. Alright, so let's see what the card is for the day. The card is the Death card. My God. We cannot escape this card. It was the underpinning beginning of the week card in Sunday. It was in the clarifiers yesterday, and now it's up present in our face, ready to transform us. Death is Scorpio energy, and this is the full moon Scorpio reading. Oh my God, guys, expect transformation, expect rebirth. It could be uncomfortable. It could certainly feel emotionally uncomfortable, this being Scorpio energy, but with death, there is always an ending, but then a new beginning that is soon to follow. So if we're letting something go, or we're having a hard time letting something go, death is here to remind us that this is a natural process of the universe. Change is always happening, right? If something stays the same, it's static, it's not growing, it's not changing, it's not evolving. Part of that change is death or transformation. Death is here to remind us. It is major arcana, so this is big energy. This is big shifts, big changes. With this full moon in Scorpio, we could be feeling a lot of things around a lot of different situations that may need to transform or change around us, within us, for us. We have to trust, because yesterday's grounding stone was trust, that these changes are for our, in our best interest, even if they feel uncomfortable as we go through them. Death can be a scary card, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an ending. It can be a new beginning. That is the white rose that's behind him. The cloak of red to me speaks to energy or invigoration. It can be also a little bit of pain involved. So prepare yourself for that. There could be some hard stuff we're working through right now. But death will lead us through this. And remember, I'm going to say this one more time, death is a natural process within everything. Everything faces death at some point in time. What's that phrase? The only constant is death and taxes. We have to deal with situations shifting and changing. We have seen this card every day, literally. It's been affecting the readings this entire week leading into this. I believe it's a lunar eclipse in Scorpio, but it's just like it's going to be, and it's a full moon eclipse at that. So it's going to be some heady energy. We could be, those of you that are water signs, you guys are probably going to be feeling it. I certainly have been this week, leading up to this day. And we might feel it for a couple of days afterwards too. So just be prepared. In Scorpios, or if you have heavily placed planets in Scorpio, you guys will be feeling this probably at a deeper level too. So prepare yourself. Let's go to the Untamed Elemental Oracle, Ladybug. Now, I believe Ladybug is considered fire. I want to check her out really quick. I think she falls under fire, which I thought was interesting because I was like, Ladybug is a fire? Yeah, she is fire. Just going to read her story. First I'm going to say before I read the story, I like all of the red in Ladybug, coupled with the red cloak of death. Red to me signifies energy or reinvigoration. And I like that these lines are stemming off of her. Like this feels like the forward movement of energy up here with this V too. Like we're moving forward through the transformation, not fighting it or hiding from it, but actually maybe facing it head on. That would also be the action of fire energy. I think it's interesting that they consider Ladybug a fire element in this deck. But I'll read her story really quick just because, so that we don't miss anything here. The miracle. When European farmers prayed to Mother Mary for a miracle to protect their vulnerable crops, Ladybug arrived to devour the pests. The farmers, surprised that divine intervention could come in such an unsuspecting form, called her Beetle of Our Lady, and we now know her now as Ladybug. Ladybug signifies a miracle. But remember, when you expect help to appear in a specific form, her gift can sometimes be overlooked. So keep an open mind. Divine assistance is improvisational, playful, and surprising. It is a lucid discovery, like tiny ladybugs saving a whole season of crops. The same goes for the miracles that await you. And that could be after the process of death, guys. Prepare for the possibility that they will be just as unexpected as they are mighty. Balance would be receptive to unexpected forms of support. Imbalance would be holding rigid expectations that block magical interventions. And to bring Ladybug into balance, you want to practice playfulness as a magnet for divine intervention. So whatever may be transforming or changing within the heaviness of this death card or the magnitude of it, we need to remember that the divine is at play here and that there could be signs or syncs, offerings that show us that we are still on the right path, even if things are transforming in ways that feel intense or uncomfortable. Ladybug is a small little insect, right? But she can create great things. I also know that ladybugs, I believe, are associated with Mother Mary, and so call upon her during this time. That white rose is also symbolic. Whenever you see like the Virgin de Guadalupe, she's surrounded by roses, and roses are a very delicate flower, but they have thorns, they have protection. They're a very spiritual symbol. And that rose is white, which also makes me think of spirit. So spirit is around this change and this transformation. We need to seek out the positive, the small things, the blessings, the little gifts as we go through whatever transformations are taking place. These transformations could solely be within ourselves, our thoughts, and definitely our emotions with this Scorpio full moon eclipse. Now let's go to the clarifiers. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I'm not mad at that. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. On the whole, these clarifiers speak to a better new beginning, something to be celebrated, joy to come after the storm. That is the Three of Cups. That is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles to me feels like a new opening, certainly around money, career, or finance, the well-being of all involved, the transformation that's taking place, although it may seem ominous at first, if we're able to find the small miracles involved in this and pay attention to them and almost put our attention on them, we can grow them and begin to see the options that are to be celebrated, the new paths that open us up to bigger wealth. It can be financial wealth, but I also see the Ten of Pentacles as just wealth in relationships, more trust, more well-being, feeling more grounded. Tens are also completions with a situation. So if we've been having trouble with money or our relationships, we could be finding a renewal or a turnover in them, and that turnover is to be celebrated. But we need to concentrate on the celebration, similar to what Ladybug's message was. Find people we love, those that are dear to us, and commune with them right now during this transformational time. The Eight of Swords, though, indicates that we could be feeling trapped within this transformation. There is potential for us to feel trapped in our thoughts, in our emotions, in the overwhelm of what death is bringing to us. So there feels like there's this fight or this push-pull between these two clarifiers and this clarifier. We need to remember to clear our thoughts. We need to remember we are not trapped. We need to remember that death is only a process and a transformation into something different, better, more suited for us. The Eight of Swords indicates, she's blindfolded. She can't see everything clearly. She can't see. She feels trapped and bound, but the swords are around behind her, not in front of her. If we take steps forward, somewhat blindfolded in faith, we can actually step free of these swords, these thoughts that limit us, and maybe find joy, celebration, and new opportunity or abundance in our life. Okay? So it is this push-pull energy between these clarifiers of we're kind of going to get more of what we focus on during this transition, especially with this full moon here. Full moons are about release, being okay with the release. When we release it to the universe, and then we allow the universe to respond to that release in kind and either bring us back our manifestation or bring us something new in the process. So I really do believe the Eight of Swords is a warning that if we are feeling trapped, confined, worried, fearful, stuck, we need to unstick ourselves. We need to actively seek out the joy of the Three of Cups, actively seek out the small miracles that Ladybug brings to us through spirit, actively seek out opportunities where we can grow in abundance and opportunity for for ourselves and those that we love. Now let's look to the grounding stone. Okay, this is Ladybug's message exactly. Enjoy. Grounding in finding joy. That's the Three of Cups in the center of this reading, guys. That's also the Ten of Pentacles. Grounding in understanding that whatever transformation is taking place, whatever shifts are occurring, whatever feelings or thoughts that we feel are limiting us, scaring us, or things are shifting, we need to understand that they're shifting for a reason, and that reason may serve a higher purpose at this time that we may not clearly see. So what we want to do, because of that blindfold on the Eight of Swords, we may not clearly see it. What we need to do is step forward in faith and focus on the enjoyment of the transition, the change. This feels like a very strong message. It feels like we need to be very conscious and aware of what we focus on during this time so that we can find the enjoyment in this. Yesterday's grounding stone was trust, right? So it's still asking us to trust, and in that trust we have to find the positive energy of enjoyment even through the transition. That is your reading. I hope that it makes sense. If you like this reading, please hit the thumbs up button, share the video out, leave me a question or comment, and subscribe to the channel, hitting that notification bell. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see how this energy changes. Take care. Bye-bye.